and that's going to help you out. So start your post like a story, not an ad. Instead of 3 bedroom, 2 bath, try wake up to mountain views in a cozy Asheville retreat. That's one of the examples we had. This avoids the ad feel that Facebook algorithm punishes. Skip the boilerplate. MLS descriptions are dry and often loaded with abbreviations. Facebook knows when it's copied content. It's really easy, guys. The algorithms are really advanced now. They can tell if you copy and pasted that MLS description from the MLS. They have access to the internet too. So they can compare that and immediately see that it's copied, and immediately you will be downgraded. Right? How do you talk to a client? Warm, engaging, conversational. Use short branded links like bit.ly or your website instead of long, ugly MLS links. Now, if you're not familiar what I'm talking about, it is this. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So this is an option. There's tons of websites like this. Are you guys seeing bit.ly? Can I get a thumbs up from you, Becky? You're the only one I can see. Okay, good. All right. This is a free link. There's tons of them like this, but they're just called URL shorteners. So if you want to use the MLS, I don't know why you would. Go use your own website. But if you did want to use the MLS, you could take that long MLS link, plug it into here. So like I could get here's this long Chrome extension. I could plug that into here. See how long and ugly this is? Get your link for free. And I'd have to log in, but it's going to shorten it to something like bit.ly/, this link. You see how much prettier that is? Facebook appreciates you doing that, and you will not be docked as many points for that. And by the way, you guys now know my secret that I have not done my chin up yet. Here's a reminder, go do your chin up. It's your last week. So that's what a URL shortener does. That will save you a lot of trouble, but I highly suggest you go and using your website and still use a bit.ly shortener on your website. Those links are still long as well. So you can go and use that too. Your post should begin with compelling image or video, ideally a fresh one, not reused stock. So just taking that picture of that house and just plugging into Facebook's probably not the best idea anymore. You got to make it into some kind of graphic. That's kind of what they're expecting. That image has something called, we're getting really nerdy here now, guys, metadata. I feel like Dr. Evil. Metadata. So metadata is the code behind that picture. And if you just copy and paste a picture from another source, Facebook knows you've done that. And it knows that you have just recycled that image, and now you're using here another opportunity for you to be flagged. So put in some kind of link. Again, for you guys, just use a video. Just do video. There's so many ways you can do it. Sue Doyle's having trouble. She's joined and left like 4 times now. You posted. You want to share a link? Drop it in the first comment, not in the caption. This tricks the algorithm into treating it like a native post. So on Facebook, you've got all that stuff. Just put all the descriptions and everything, and then just at the bottom saying, for more information, look in the comments. This does 2 things for you. This one tricks the algorithm so that they're not. Facebook, at the end of the day, guys, remember, we treat Facebook like it's not a website. It's just a website. And websites don't like it when you take somebody to another website. They frown upon that, actually. They want you to stay on Facebook. So when you're pointing them to other websites, they don't like it. You've now downgraded your post, and again, an opportunity to be flagged. So instead, take that link that you want to send it to and just comment on your own post. No one will think anything of it. It's actually pretty common now. You'll see this a lot with news organizations and things like that, because obviously they're always linking to somewhere else. So they definitely want to make sure that Facebook does not flag them. So it always goes in that first comment. Any questions so far? This is just now getting your post seen. Is this making sense? Again, I'm looking to you, Becky. You're going to be my thumbs up for the class. What if you write link in bio? You're thinking of Instagram. You could do that for Facebook. I wouldn't do that for Facebook. I would just comment the link to the bio there. But that is the proper idea for Instagram, not Facebook. But this is strictly for Facebook this session. Does that answer your question? Awesome. So let's talk about maximizing organic reach. So Facebook wants engagement. That means comments, shares, and reactions. Now, realtors, I beg of you, please stop putting your phone number and your email in posts. I always like to ask this question to you. Have you ever seen a post so good you just called somebody? Don't lie to me. You didn't do it. No one ever has. No one's ever done that. They are not going to email you. They are online. Therefore, they expect to be serviced online. Your only goal is to ever get them to click a link. Now, that's what we would say, but now that's changed because Facebook's trying to crank it down. Our goal, our end goal, the only time you're looking for them to click something is when you're actually running an ad. You have now paid Facebook money for the privilege of getting to take them somewhere else. Our goal for real estate content, I wanted to make this very clear, and I hope you write this down, is for comments, shares, and reactions. Stop thinking about leads unless you are running an ad. We've been getting away with it for a very long time now. That is no longer the case. Our only goal is comments, shares, and reactions. And once you guys start thinking about it like that, your content begins to change. The kind of content. So instead of saying, all right, I need leads for this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in Birkdale, I'm going to change that mindset to what could I create that someone would share about a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in Birkdale? Changes the whole idea now, right, guys? So now I might start my video saying, hey, does someone you know about to move to Huntersville, North Carolina? Here's 5 things you need to know. Boom, boom, boom. Now, if you're wanting to take a tour of it, we actually have properties now. A 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house just became available. Do you guys see how much more valuable that content became? It is no longer look at the pretty house. It is now, here's a story. Here's who this story is for. Share it. And here's the opportunity to live in that story I just told. You have now by far made your content so much better. So I want you guys to stop thinking, I'm selling houses. You're not anymore on social media. You are selling the location in which you sell houses. I want to say that again. You are selling the location in which you are selling houses. So post community content, highlight coffee shops, parks, local events. This is again your opportunity to get into those business to business relationships. So you might be you might reach out to a local pizza shop. Pizza shops are so easy. They always got coupons. I love sending my clients coupons. Works out really well. But you can say, hey, there's a local pizza shop, and it's actually right by a mixed use development with homes available. There's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house right here, right by this pizza shop, what this post is about. But if you wanted to live by this pizza shop, there's a house for sale. That's the difference, guys. So talk about the community and then properties near that community. Use reels and stories. So, guys, how do I know? If you've taken my social media classes before, you should know this answer. How do I know that Instagram and Facebook like reels more and stories more than they like posts? How do I know that for a fact? Any ideas?
I'm going to guess and say it's because we see more of them
You're very close. Why do you see more of them, Kathy?
because they're plugged into our,
You're so close. You're right there.
yeah, they
Where
get
are
more
they on the
reach.
screen?
They're just a line of them plugged into the screen. They're just
The-
there.
They're at the top of the
Yeah.
screen. That's how I know that that is what they want you to use. You can always tell what a company is going to reward you for doing when you look at what they're pushing. And again, who's winning the social media race? TikTok. As far as new users, time on the platform, TikTok's crushing it. And they want to be TikTok. TikTok's all just stories and reels. It's just a giant version of that. And so Facebook and Instagram, they're pushing stories, reels. What do they love more than anything? And see if you guys guess that. What's all of their favorites? What kind of
Live
content?
content.
That's correct. And how do we know that?
You can you get more reaction from live content.
You do, but why is that? They would have to push it, right? For you to get
Mhm.
more reactions. How do they push live content differently than anything else? Who follows James Shaw on Facebook? I know you all do.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
do.
I've never watched one of his webinars. I've never watched one of his lives, not once. I get a notification every time James Shaw goes live. Do you guys see the power in that? We know Facebook wants us to go live because it's the only thing that I can do that has nothing to do with you. And Facebook's still going to give you a notification. KT Temple just went live. This is the only thing. So we know they want us to go live. They know, secondly, they want us to post stories and reels because they put it at the top of our page. And by the way, if you go live, lives are even further. They're if you're live, you're the very first thing people see if they follow you. So we know live's the most important social reels and stories second, and then posts. We are on the verge. I don't know if it'll actually happen. TikTok's proving that it could happen. But the news feed might be gone one day, guys. We pretend like it's the news feed's been around for 100 years. It's been less than 20 years that we've had news feeds. I remember MySpace back in the day. We didn't have news feeds. You just had the bulletin board, friends list, comments. There was no news feed like we do now. It's a newer thing. Does not mean it'll be around for forever. TikTok does not have a news feed. It does. They've got a followers page, but you actively have to scroll to get to it. You actually start off in what's called the For You page, the Discover page, and it could be anything based off the algorithm, what it thinks you might want to do. So that's how I want you guys to start thinking. Does that make sense to everybody? Becky, you can. All right. Thank you, Becky. Leaning on you, buddy. So use real story. Ask questions like, which kitchen would you choose? You know, those kind of things. Ask them their opinions. I don't know if you guys know social media. People love to just talk about their opinions. It's like their favorite thing to do. Ask for it. It could be good, it could be bad. But unfortunately, guys, all publicity is good publicity. You know, stroke the flames of confrontation, not negative confrontation, but of which bathroom they like more. Start a Facebook war over this house or this house. Have fun with it, guys. Create fun community things like that. Saying, which one would you choose? You know what? It's wild, how easy it is to just post two versions of your headshot and say, which one do you guys like more? People are going to let you know. Which logo do you guys think I should get? People will let you know. I'm about to post a new listing. Should I post the front of the house or the inside of the house? Which one do you guys think looks better? And then you just post the two pictures. Do you guys see the difference there? I'm still advertising, but I'm doing it in a fun way that people can comment, interact with. It's much more of a community thing than saying, look at the pretty house. So paid ad strategy. So even under the special ad category, Facebook ads can work well. Just takes a different approach. Focus on location-based targeting and broader messaging. No more perfect for first-time homebuyers. That's a compliance red flag. None of that, guys. You're not perfect for who, right? It's not the specific person. A/B test different images and captions to see what resonates. Who can tell me what A/B testing is? you've probably been A/B tested on today. Thank you, Kathy. I love it. See, isn't that more fun? Oh, and now she's gone. So A/B testing, it happens to you. This is why I love learning about this stuff, guys, because A/B testing happens to you every single day, and you don't even know about it. You don't even know it's happening to you. So A/B testing. So if I'm on Facebook and Kathy's on Facebook, my Facebook might look different than Kathy's. My like button, my little interaction button, might be a little to the left. Kathy's might be a little bit to the right. And they notice Kathy pressed that button way more than I did. So then they put my button back where Kathy is. And they notice now I'm pressing the button just as much as Kathy. That is A/B testing. Now, how can you guys use that? A/B test. You should never run a Facebook ad singular. You should never just run one. You should always be at least running two. That way you can always learn something about it. So I might have the same exact Facebook post, same caption, same picture, except this picture is blue. It's got a blue border. This picture's got a red border. And I notice that red border gets a lot more interactions and a lot more clicks than the other one. So I'll go, okay, now I know which color scheme to go with. Okay, now let's run the same ad, but this time I'm going to change the picture. I'm going to do one with the kitchen and one with the front of the house. And I noticed that the kitchen did a lot better than the front of the house. Okay, now I'm going to run. I've got the border, I've got the kitchen. Now I'm going to run it with two different captions and see which one somebody clicks there. And now I have A/B tested this ad so much that I know exactly what people are going to interact with the most. And now I'm going to dump $100 into it because I've already tested it. So test for a much smaller amount with your ads, 10, 15 bucks, much smaller amounts. Once you've A/B tested it enough, cancel all of them and run the tested proven version for the $100 ad spend. Any questions on A/B testing? Does that make sense? So make sure thank you, Kathy. I just need Kathy in here just to drop in real quick and just do little gestures for me during my classes. So make sure your landing page matches the message in the ad to keep bounce rates low. We might be, and I've always told you guys, don't waste your time with landing pages, and that's always been true. Just send them to your website. You may want to start using landing pages again. You may want to take that extra step to create a landing page that matches more with the ad. So again, if I'm, my townhome in Birkdale, if I'm going to run an ad on this, back in the day, I would just copy and paste the URL from my KW website. Let me just be clear about what I'm talking about here. So like if I was going to run an ad on this house here, well, I would just grab this link up at the top and copy that link. But remember, my ad is no longer about the property. The ad is now about the area where the property is located. So I might create a Birkdale landing page with available properties in that landing page because I want the ad to make sense, right? I didn't run an ad for the house. I ran an ad for Birkdale. So I might need a different landing page. So to me, that right there is where this really changes things up because that requires a lot more effort to get a better ad experience. At the end of the day, every ad that somebody clicks on is a handshake agreement. It is here, take my information, little realtor man, and for that information, I expect to get content. You promised me Birkdale, I expect to see Birkdale. If I promise him Birkdale and I send him to a house listing in Birkdale, I didn't follow up on my end of the deal, right? I have now already broken the trust of this consumer. And so then I expect for me to call them and want to buy a house in Birkdale when that was never the agreement in the first place. So you got to make sure your content makes sense. Handling removals and appeals. So this is the last section in this, guys. Facebook may take your down your post with zero warning. Don't panic. You can go to appeal, go to page, account quality, request review. I'm going to drop that into chat for you. And I don't think you guys mentioned that Market Center had some. Most people have been running them through Command, which actually has been made it much safer. Automatically had that special category of housing set up there. But that is where you can go. If this ever happens to you, you can go appeal it. Most of the time, guys, if they took it down, your ad sucked. It's that was just it. Your sorry, your post sucked because it was an ad. It was never a post to begin with. So that's the difference. The reason why market centers got so many taken down is because a lot of the posts are, "Hey, come to our career night. Click here." That's all. That's an ad. That's not a post. And so what that would change if you're thinking about this at the market center level is change it up. You got a career night. Ever thought about being a real estate agent? Here's 3 things you should know. Blah 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 blah. Look in the comments. There's a link there for you to sign up for our free career night where you can go and learn from seasoned real estate agents. That's how you would do that post instead. It's not an ad. You taught them something and now you just have a call to action. Very different. Many real estate agents have had posts restored by appealing and showing their content follows the rules. Keep a backup of your text and media so you can edit and repost if needed. That's the main grip of content, guys. I know we booked an hour for this, but it's really that simple. Now, I've got the rest of the 30 minutes booked out. If you guys need to go into deeper, if you have more questions or any troubleshooting stuff around this, I'll hang out for the next 30 minutes and help you guys out. If that's all you were wanting, guys, that's the Facebook update. I hope that helps. I'm excited about this change because I've been a real estate agent for 14 years. All my friends on Facebook are just mostly real estate agents I've met for the years. And I haven't been able to scroll on my news feed in forever because it's just houses. I don't care. Instead, I'm hoping this makes my news feed better and probably the same for you guys. I hope your news feed gets better by them cracking down on this as realtors. So yeah, guys, if that's all you needed, have a great day. Like I said, I'll hang out. Let the office know if you guys like this class. That way I can keep my job. Helps me out a bunch.
Thanks a lot, KT. Great information.
My pleasure, Karen. Thanks for coming to the class.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
You too.
Thank you. This was my first time coming in, so it
Oh,
was
awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, and you actually kept your camera on.
good.
We'll give half points to Kathy for coming on for comedic relief.
Yes.
It's funny every time you do it, Kathy.
You can't miss it.
I didn't clean up before I got on, so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is my bathroom right here, and I literally had a towel hanging in my first meeting, and I was so embarrassed. I was like trying to hold my head above the towel the entire time.